We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another day of Fuck Around, Find Out, or FAFO for short. As one man who went by the name of Connor on a show recently on Jubilee's Surrounded series, where he and 20 other far-right fascist people debated Mehdi Hasan, and it did not go well for these guys. It's unbelievable how these people were very proud of the fact that they are racist and fascist people who support everything Donald Trump has done, every racist thing, every fascist thing that he does, and they no doubt support Trump's pedophilia too, with the recent covering up of the Epstein files. So, over these past few days, the man who identified himself as Connor is currently fundraising, asking for donations because he got fired, as he claims, for his views that he expressed on Jubilee's Surrounded series in this debate. During this debate, which has viewed almost 4 million times on YouTube alone, Connor said he believed in autocracy and was asked by Hasan if he's a fan of the Nazis, and he quote, "I frankly don't care being called a Nazi," as Connor answered, and I'll show you the clip here in a moment. Connor identified him as a Catholic, which doesn't surprise me here. And then asked about Nazis' persecutions of Jews, Connor added that he claimed that he doesn't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted, even though he's praising Nazi writer Carl Schmitt during the debate he had with Hasan. So he claims he's being fired because of his views, and has recently gone on to a Christian crowdfunding site, which I am not going to reveal on here because I don't want them getting any notion, and I don't want this little punk getting any more donations than he already has. The page has already blown past its original 15,000 goal, with contributions currently, as of Tuesday morning, hitting about 20 grand. One such donation and a comment left behind, and I quote, "We need a white nation. It's our only future. Viva la fascism," one donor wrote while contributing $88. The number 88, I might add, is a coded far-right symbol used by neo-Nazis and white supremacists, which stands for Hail Hitler, as H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. Which, again, it's just mind-boggling how we are at this point where so many of these fascist people they're just proud and being out and open. This is what Donald Trump has brought. It has made people very proud to be fascist, very proud to be neo-Nazis, very proud to be racist people. And it's just mind-boggling how 20 years ago you just would not see this stuff. And the right wing's defending all this stuff. It's just insane. So let's go. I got a few clips here. We'll show highlights of the little debate, and we'll come back and I'll give my some closing comments.
My next claim is that Donald Trump is defying the Constitution.
So I would say that with Trump being anti-Constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly.
Okay.
Because in regards to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us.
Yes.
And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized. Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly, there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So quite frankly, if Trump is anti-constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay, surprise, I was shocked to hear that. I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
Whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not. Because
you don't
it's the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Of course, he's not. I completely agree,
So
and that's
you
part
support
of the problem.
Trump? You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I can't even remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted.
This is
I kind
fascinating.
of voted just to.
I came with this
troll a
argument,
little
but
bit,
I'm bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local
Who
leaders,
is the we, by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around
White
me.
people?
Yeah,
No brown
absolutely.
people. So
Well,
some
actually,
of you guys,
I have quite.
some of the people
I
in this
have
room
quite-
don't make the cut from what I can see visually.
Actually,
Okay.
hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you.
Okay.
I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white, and should stay that
How
way.
does the United States? I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under you? Sorry, what's your name?
My name is, my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh,
just
well,
saying your name.
I use
Connor,
a pseudonym online.
Fair enough.
But fair
Connor,
enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about
whether-
deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he come
Franco.
from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
No, but who picks the autocrat?
frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings
So
were
isn't
paid.
that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that state.
And then no more votes afterwards.
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because
How do you
that's the
know?
whole thing.
How do
Well,
you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
supporters.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the
you-
Nazi
Yeah,
theoretician.
absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a
Who
fan of
ca-
the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at
I
all.
didn't say that. I
Doesn't
didn't
matter
actually
to
say
me.
that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
What about the
you know,
persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But
And
you
so
don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution
We
and
may
stuff
have
like that,
to
which is
rename
bad.
this show
but-
because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you could say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am. Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone
Because
is on this.
in-
Because you know
during-
that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out
Yeah,
who the fascists
absolutely.
and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
clearly you're not.
During the
Clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat
Are
cats. They
you
were
in favor
aristocrats.
of,
They
are you
didn't
in
care.
favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not. If
You mentioned
they-
Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only
dude.
killed combatants. Is that what you're
Yeah,
claiming?
he
now?
only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The white terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill
You
people.
just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi
And
and
the
being a
feeling
Nazi
is mutual,
if
so-
being a Nazi means upholding human
kinda
dignity, because I even believe in your dignity. I don't in
I
a state
don't-
that I was
with the
running.
greatest of
I wouldn't
respect,
want to hurt
I
you
don't
or
debate.
anything like that. But
What are we
quite
doing
frankly,
here? I don't debate fascists.
okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you
don't
just seem
know what
offended.
you're doing here,
You
to be
just seem
honest.
offended, to be quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
okay, Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a Nazi
sure.
is the whole thing.
I never called you a Nazi.
I care
You
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly. Because the whole
And
thing.
you don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in
What
democracy.
are you doing here at a televised debate?
Because,
This is democracy. Don't put a debate and disagreement.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean
This is
upholding
great.
free speech after we win.
I'm-
I mentioned
the only good thing about this fascist moment we're in is that you guys are so open about it.
The
It's
whole
great.
reason
Say
I
the
mentioned
quiet part loud.
the
Keep saying
whole
it.
reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction.
past him because of the Nazi
even
point.
liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies and they want to enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me. Just that simple.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ. Oh man, I don't know how Hasan got through that, man. I don't know how he could maintain his patience through that. Jesus Christ. So back to Connor. It's interesting he doesn't use his real name, but I love how Hasan was warning him, like, okay, you're aware millions of people are going to see this once it gets posted. Warning him, like, choose your words wisely here, buddy. And of course, he didn't, and he got fired from his job, which is even that I kind of question a little bit, because he doesn't reveal who he worked for, the company. He doesn't reveal that. He hasn't revealed, what his job title was there. For all we know, I mean, he could just be making up that he got fired, and he's just looking for some sympathy money. Which, funny, because isn't accepting handouts, isn't that communism, which he, in his little debate, says he's against, but yet here he is wanting free money handed to him. So, and again, this goes back to whole Nazism, how he will not condemn Nazism and their persecutions of the Jews, of Jewish people. And this is a trend we have seen the past few years, specifically since Donald Trump took over the Republican Party. And he has emboldened these people, like these pro-Nazi people. And we have seen it in right-wing media. In fact, just earlier last week, for example, we saw wannabe comedian Greg Gutfield, or Greg Gutless as I like to call him, on Fox News the other day, saying that they need to the right needs to reclaim Nazi, or the word Nazi. Roll the clip.
This is why the criticism doesn't matter to us when you call us Nazis. Nazi this, Nazi that. I'm beginning to think they don't like us. You know what? I've said this before. We need to learn from the blacks. The way they were able to remove the power from the N-word by using it. So from now on, it's, what up, my Nazi? Hey, what up, my Nazi? Hey, what's hanging, my Nazi?
When people tell you who they are the first time, believe it. Now, are all Republicans Nazis? No. But the Nazis within the Republican Party, the ones who do identify themselves as Nazis, they have taken over the Republican Party. And the few sane Republicans out there are just sitting back and allowing it to happen.